What causes people to withdraw from life? Leave a good job we used to enjoy.
Frank, please reconsider. Please.
Or give up on the passions that used to mean so much to us. And why, in these circumstances, do we feel a loss of integrity and self-respect? Well, these things don't just happen.
I quit!
In Scientology, it was discovered that there's an actual mechanism which causes people to withdraw from others, or their careers, their groups, and even their dreams. You see, it was discovered in Scientology that man is basically good. His basic intentions toward himself and others are good ones, and all of us are trying to survive as best we can. So whenever people get together and function as groups, they make agreements regarding proper conduct.
Give me the keys. I'll do cool. Nah, give me the keys.
What's right, wrong, moral, and immoral. These codes of conduct, these moral codes, are put there to guarantee the survival of the group. It doesn't matter whether it's a group of two people forming a partnership.
It looks like you've got a deal.
Or the group that comprises the company where you work.
Jack made the sale, and Jack deserves the commission.
Or the family you live with.
Hey, bud.
How's the game going?
Finish your homework?
No.
As small as a friendship, or as large as a nation, all groups develop their own moral code that their members agree to.
Smell.
Thank you so much.
Regardless if those are written down or not.
So do you need help crossing the street?
These morals assist in the smooth running and harmony of the group or society.
Thank you so much.
The problems begin when a person then violates those agreements.
All right, great. Thanks. See ya.
When someone commits a harmful act that's contrary to a moral code they've agreed to. This is what's called an overt act.
The red light keeps coming on.
An overt is either something you did that you shouldn't have done,
Oh boy, it's not looking good. I think you'll need a engine rebuild.
or something you didn't do that you should have done, according to a moral code. Whether it's intentional or unintentional. It's that thing which you have done that you wouldn't want to have happen to you. And these destructive acts don't have to be large.
Drop the ball!
They can be as simple as showing up late,
You're late again.
or not doing a professional job,
Now we hurt our own teammates, Greg. Is this a soccer game or what? Go to the locker room.
damaging equipment, or hiding things from the boss. You don't have to be engaged in an outright destruction of the group to be committing harmful acts. Now, when a person commits an overt against someone, they often feel they can't tell them about it for fear of the consequences. So, they withhold it.
I hope you're being gentle with those crystal glasses. They belong to my grandmother, you know.
Absolutely, ma'am. Packing them safe and sound.
A withhold is an overt act that a person has committed that he or she isn't talking about. But by withholding the overt, something interesting occurs.
Good morning, Beverly.
Morning.
They fall out of communication with the person or things they've harmed to some degree.
Hey, Mo, you want to go inside and give her the paperwork and close up the truck?
No, you gotta do it. Had enough for her today.
Now, once a person commits an overt act and then withholds it, they're driven to another mechanism, whereby they try to lessen the overt by justifying it.
Hey, Mo, it's Mrs. Smith. Did you break one of her crystal glasses?
That glass was sold, probably already cracked.
Justification is the attempt to explain why an overt isn't really an overt.
She said that thing was really valuable.
What? She's crazy. Besides, she had tons of them. They were all dusty and never been used. I mean, what is the big deal?
This is usually done by finding fault with the person or thing that was harmed.
Oh, hi.
You know, I just don't trust him.
Don't you think he's up to no good? Don't you think it's strange how he's always just acting so nice?
One makes less of them to make less of the overt.
Frank, you can't leave. You're a great teacher. The kids love you.
These kids don't love me or any other teacher, Bill. We're kidding ourselves. They don't want to learn. None of them want to learn. They're impossible. I just can't do it anymore.
If you hear someone being really critical of another, you're probably looking at someone who has committed an overt on that person.
Mo, aren't you going into work today?
Some crazy old bat says I broke her grandmother's glass. And instead of backing me up, that idiot Charlie sides with her and says I gotta pay for it. I can't work with these stupid people anymore.
And eventually this, to them,
Hi, Charlie.
will justify their departure.
It's Charlie. He wants to know if you're coming in today.
Tell him I quit!
You see, man is basically good to such an extent that when he realizes he's being dangerous and harming people or things, he seeks to minimize his own power. He wants to restrain himself from hurting someone or something any further, so he leaves. That's why a person who has overts and withholds falls out of communication with people and withdraws from areas he used to be active in. This also explains why many relationships disintegrate.
Babe, we're short on the mortgage again. Have you been gambling again?
Hey, I work to provide for this family. I put a roof over our heads, food on the table, and clothes on your back, don't I? So why are you always on my back?
When a person has built up enough overts and withholds against his spouse, he'll become critical of her.
The way you're always nagging me and going on and on and on, that's why I leave. That's why I get out of the house to get the hell away from you.
And once he's made himself into a victim, he'll feel justified to leave.
Come on, you don't need to do this. We'll figure it out. I know we can figure it out.
You don't have anything to figure out anymore.
Until now, there has been no escape from this vicious mechanism. But regret about the past doesn't have to continue to pull you away from involvement in the present. Scientology contains a precise technology that enables you to rid yourself of the effects of past misdeeds, alleviating the misery caused by those transgressions. With these tools, you can help yourself and those around you feel part of a group again.
Good job.
Handling overts and withholds with Scientology restores your self-respect
I apologize.
and enables you to regain the trust and friendship of others, and to start living your life freely again. And that is the key to lasting happiness.